Hello. This week we're going to have our last week on box and whisker plots, and we are going to be doing everything. So the first week you just had the plot and you had to analyze it. The second week I gave you the 5-number summary and you had to draw the plot. And this week you actually have to find the 5-number summary and then draw the plot. And so we're going to start with a list of numbers. I have 13, 13, 11, 16, 16, 14, 15, 14, and 18. And the first thing I'm going to do is find my 5-number summary. And so I'm going to list these out in order. This is a good review from the stuff that we did before spring break. So I have 11, 13, 13, 14, looks like there's another 14, 15, 16, 16, and 18. And then I count to make sure that I have the right number of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yay! And I'm going to find the median, which is the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the middle one because I've got 4 numbers here and 4 numbers here. And the funny thing about this particular set of numbers is that the lower half and the upper half, even though they have 4 numbers, so you're going to have to take the middle 2 and add them and divide by 2, you're actually going to get a whole number. It's not going to be a decimal like sometimes we get. So I have 13 and 13 is just 13. And if I look at my upper half, the middle 2 numbers, they're both 16, so the middle is still 16. It's kind of weird that it does that. I think it's set up so that you have nice whole numbers, but that's not always going to happen. Here's my min, 11, and my max, 18. So I've found my 5-number summary, and the next thing I'm going to do is draw a number line. And so I'm going to draw it out, and it goes from 11 to 18, so my number line will probably go from 10 to maybe like 20. And I can count by ones because that's not that many numbers. 1, so it's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And I can go a little bit further, it doesn't matter. And now I can put these numbers on my number line. I've got my median, 14. There's my median, or Q2. I can mark my Q1, or my lower quartile, is 13. That's right here. The upper quartile is 16. That's right here. They're all actually pretty close together. And then I have 11 as my minimum and 18 is my maximum. And the last thing I have to do is connect these 3 lines in a box and draw my whiskers. And I'm finished. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's no other trick. There's no trick to it. There's nothing else. Nothing funny about it. It just simply goes like that. Okay, the next data set is going to be 11, 14, 14, 17, 12, 14, 13, 17, 19. Those are my numbers. And first thing I'm going to do is find my 5-number summary, which means I need to put them in order. Sorry for that beeping noise. I'm going to put them in order from smallest to biggest. So I have 11. Oops, let me write in a darker marker. It's my smallest, then 12, then 13, and then I've got 14, 14, and 14, 17, 17, and 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yay. Okay, I have the right number of numbers, and I can start finding my my different numbers for my 5-number summary. The middle is going to be here. It's 14. That's my median, or Q2. I'm going to write that down, 14. Next, I'm going to find the lower quartile. And this time I have 12 and 13, and so they actually don't there's not a whole number between 12 and 13. I have to add them and divide by 2. 12 plus 13 is 25. 25 divided by 2 is 12 and a half. And so that is my Q1. My lower quartile is 12 and a half. When I look at the upper half, I've got 17 and 17. That's my Q3 is just 17. Because 17 plus 17 is 34, divided by 2 is 17. And of course I've got my minimum is 11 again, and my maximum is 19. Now I have my 5-number summary. The next thing I'm going to do is draw my number line. And the smallest is 11, so again I can start at 10 if I want to. And I can go from 10 to 20, or I can go bigger than that. You can start from 0 and go to 20. You just need to make sure this number is not an 11 and the last number is not a 19. Let's see, it's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Doesn't even have to be a very big number line. It can be like that, or it can be really spaced out. And then I'm just drawing these things. There's 11 and 19, my max and my min. Here's 14. 12 and a half is between two numbers. So if I look at 10, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13 is here. So 12 and a half is between 12 and 13. And so it's just going to be between. And then 17 is right there. That's a nice whole number. And lastly, I'm going to connect. And there is my nice looking box plot. And I can see that these are very close together, but these are not as close together. So this is more spread out. This isn't very well drawn out because I also put my dash at 10 instead of 11. Whoops. That's what happens when you're looking at things sideways. There we go. It starts there. So these are kind of close together. These are kind of close together. These are not as close together. It is realistic in a real set of data that you're going to have numbers repeating. A lot of times we don't repeat numbers, but it is realistic because if you think about it, it's bound to be more than one person who has got the same score on a test. So like if I look at the quizzes that you've had, for example, and the quizzes were 3 points, there are going to be a lot of people that have 3s. So I'm going to see 3 a lot. There'll be a lot of people that have 2s. It'll happen that there'll be more than one person that has a 1. And so I see that number repeated a bunch of times. So it's not unusual in a data set to see a bunch of numbers repeated. So it might happen. I'm not sure if that's in your exit ticket or not. But if you have any other questions, there's really nothing else to this other than you're making your 5-number summary, drawing your number line, and then drawing the graph. And so if you have any questions, please come to the class meeting Tuesday at 1 or Thursday at 10. Or if you're in 4th period, it's Tuesday at 1:30 and Thursday at 10:30. So one day or the other, you can pick to come to class if you have any questions. And otherwise, I hope you have a fabulous week.